In this episode of the Reseller Locker Room podcast, we are meeting for the first time one of our anchor sponsors to the East Tennessee Meetup this September, Michelle and her company, Treecat. You want to stick around and learn what Treecat can do for you. Hang on, guys.
Flip or die. The Resellers Locker Room podcast. The Resellers of entertainment and zero instruction. Out on the road hitting thrift store gold. Three wild men with stories untold. Beard kings growling, Rocky Tops wild. CJ's laughing like a metalhead child. Sipping brews in a cheap motel. Talking deals and tales we never sell. This ain't no class, it's a backstage pass to the resale game with some serious sass. Flip or die. We're living fast in the reseller sky.
Welcome back to the Reseller Locker Room, episode 90. And joining me as always is Jefferson, CJ Benz Finds, Alex the Beard King Picker. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time, Michelle and her daughter to the locker room. She has a company called Treecat. How are you, Michelle?
Hey, doing good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me on your podcast. This is Lucy, and she's helps us out at Treecat, and she's just fun. So I thought she'd be fun on the show.
Good.
Thank
That's
you.
Awesome.
I
A
appreciate
little
it.
bit more estrogen. Yeah.
Well, we can
all.
always use that in the locker room. You know, our demographics for lady viewers used to be in the single digits, but luckily we're up into the 20s and 30s, I believe now. So that's a good thing.
Nice.
But anyway,
Good
why
job.
don't you two ladies, let's start off with what you're about as far as where you came from and all that detail of what you did for a living and how you got into reselling.
So, well, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle area, and I've been selling online since about 2002 on eBay. And just kind of casually, I got a digital camera. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a digital camera around that time. And I started playing around with selling on eBay. I had been in the computer magazine industry. I was a journalist. And so I would get all these little tchotchkes like Microsoft Swiss Army knives with the Microsoft logo and Motorola, reading lamps, just little stuff that I would get like at Comdex and at various, things that I would go to as a journalist. And I ended up just selling this stuff online, just for fun to see what would happen. And then I had kids and jumped to 2017. I never knew you could sell online as a job, right? I never knew that it was something that I could do for a job, but I saw somebody online one day. I'm trying to remember her name. She's really famous, but anyway, she was talking about how she goes to the bins and does this kind of for a living. And I was like, oh, I'd really love to quit my day job and stay home with my kids. Cause in 2017, my kids were starting to get into middle school and teenage years. And I really wanted to be around because you have to drive them around everywhere. You know how it is.
Yeah.
If you have kids that are in middle school. And so I quit my job and I started selling online and really quickly just started making money. I had this, this account, this eBay account. So I didn't have to start from scratch. And
you paid off all that student
I
loan
paid
debt.
off a bunch of student loans, within 3 months. I paid off my $10,000 that I had in student loans. And I started trying different stuff. So I tried to sell on Amazon and I did books. I was an FBA bookseller. I was gated in toys and games. I was gated in print on demand. I started selling on Etsy. And then I really found my groove when I started I did some, bins. I was a bins shopper for a while on clothing. But I really found my niche when I got into palettes, sourcing plus size bra palettes. And then I started cross-listing those. And then I had a bunch of virtual assistants, and I had photographers that would come to the house, and I had a system. And then the pandemic came, and that kind of put everything to a crashing halt. And I was just, during the pandemic, I don't know about you guys, I was just a shipping maniac. Because it was so easy to sell. Everything was selling. Everyone was in their houses. Everything would just sell. And I just got kind of burned out. So by the end of 2022, I went back into the regular workforce and I just needed to get out of the house because we had everybody was at home. They were doing school from home.
There were bras everywhere from the settling. In my bedroom, I was like, why are there plus size bras everywhere?
Yeah, it did sort of take over the house.
Let me interrupt you there for just a quick second.
The name of the episode, Books and Bras.
Books and bras, you know.
When you mentioned books, Alex lit up like a kid at Christmas. And and Michelle, you talk fast, honey. You talk really
I do.
fast.
And you know what? People tell me that. People tell me I'm a little bit ADD. I'm a little bit all over the place. So, you know,
we may want to slow the pace, or we'll just have the whole show in 15 minutes.
You want me to bring out a metronome?
But go ahead.
Well, anyway,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
A lot to say, you know.
Okay, 2022.
Okay.
Let's pick that up in 2022.
2022. I was raring to get out of the house like after the pandemic and being a shipping maniac and kind of feeling burnt out, and everyone was in the house, and I was like, I need to get out of the house. So I went and got a day job. And while I got that day job, we started developing Treecat, and just, you know, kind of in our basement, and we bootstrapped it. And
I think it's important to note she's a professional photographer. That was her day job, which really helped with her reselling because of all of the photography involved.
Yeah. So let's see. Where was I?
Did you wake up one day and decide to start Treecat, or how did that really develop?
You know, I just got inspired one day. I wasn't happy with the products that were out there. They just weren't really helping me that much. And I actually preferred to use the virtual assistants.
And you were complaining about them a lot.
Yeah. And
okay.
My business partner has a lot of experience in architecting technology, and was saying, you know, if I was going to do it differently, here's how I would do it. And I was like, well, if I was going to do it, I would want to do it this way. And so we just kept collaborating and coming up with ideas, and slowly but surely we put together a team and like jumped to today. And, you know, we just got our first round of seed funding, and we've got a lot of exciting things coming up. So we're pumped. And we're also really excited to be part of sponsoring your meetup. That's such a neat idea. Love that.
I think an important thing also, I think an important thing also is that when she was starting to like really get frustrated about the like online support people from like other countries and stuff, she was like showing us all these other like what would be now a competitor, and being like, and look, this is made by like some college student in like their mom's a reseller and they made it. And it's also not very good because it's made by one college student in a dorm room, and I could do better. I don't even know how to code. And so I remember being in high school and being like, cool, Mom, I don't know what's going on. But she, for like years, she was like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Until
you just have to have a dream, right?
And
be you need to be somewhat delusional as well, I think.
Yeah, that helps.
We're good at that.
Let me ask a question. I mean, what is Treecat exactly for people that have never heard of the program, and what sets you apart from other programs like it?
So it started out as a cross-listing program, and it also does inventory management, and it does a lot of other automations so that you can
now too.
What's that?
Delisting.
Oh yeah. So it started out as like the basic premise was, if you were cross-listing on 3 platforms, it would sales detect the one that sold and then automatically take the other 2 down. And that was the initial, value proposition. Yeah. And our whole premise is we don't want to have a monthly fee. And so we just didn't want to do a straight monthly fee because it's so cyclical when you're a reseller. And there are times when I don't want to pay $69 a month if I'm not going to be using it. So we have this pay as you sell model, and it's all inclusive. So if you're cross-listing with us, you can do, all of the delist, relist in bulk, and it's unlimited. You can do Poshmark sharing unlimited. And we now have this thing called AI autofill, and you can do that in bulk. And I just recently tested it, and I'm able to do like 100 cross listings to Mercari and Poshmark in under 5 minutes. So it's really fast, and it's really making a big difference in my time. I'm getting my time back now this summer.
I
It's
think
really great.
what sets us apart is that it's great for if you're starting out because you're gonna have slow seasons, and you're not paying a huge price for, if you sell just a couple things that like you're starting out, you're just gonna sell a couple things. In our case, you're paying based on how much you sell.
Right. So like you pay 50 cents from 1 to 30 sales per month. It's only 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And if you sell more, as you sell more, it's like a reverse tier. So if you sell 35 to or 30 to 100, it's like 35 cents per takedown.
Mm-hmm.
If you sell 100 to 40, it's like 25 cents. And then after 140 sales per month, it's a penny to do the delisting.
Wow.
And get all the other stuff.
Oh, that's
And-
nice.
That is just for what you've already shared.
Mhm.
I mean, you cannot set yourself apart from your competitors any different. I mean, your all's model sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
We hope
Thank you.
so. I mean, we're trying to be like a family brand. Like, I mean, something that I'm really proud of that my mom has done is they talk to their clients, customers all the time. We had someone, didn't you say there was someone who like called you after they went to the hospital to be like, you know what? It paused my inventory and I didn't even have to worry about it.
We had this is what I get. So this is what gets me out of bed every day. We had a user, her name is Nancy, and she had to be rushed to the hospital because she had to get emergency surgery.
Mhm.
And she lives out in the country. So they rushed her like by Helivac or whatever, Medivac to the trauma center. And she got her surgery, but she didn't have time to put her store on vacation. And after like around 5 days, she came back to her, her sales, and she had made a bunch of sales because she's a pretty big seller.
Mhm.
And Treecat took everything down for her. She didn't lose her stores. You could lose your stores. And I mean, you know how it is. If you can't fulfill orders, you could lose your store. So she's like, you guys saved my business. So that kind of thing, it was really cool.
I mean, she chose to talk to us after getting out of the hospital. That's what a first thing. So I'm pretty proud about that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Here's a question for you. As of late, there's been 2 new AI listing programs that are going to be rolling out. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Do you?
Is there any way, or have you thought about? Well, that's a separate issue. Let me go to the real question. We can come back to those AI listing deals.
Well, I mean, I could drop a bomb on you guys right now if you
You
want
have
to
something
know.
to say, I can tell.
Go ahead.
Let's hear the announcement.
We just
Just launched it.
we just actually we tested our first AI listing experience.
Autofill.
No, not all of this.
We already have the AI.
We have the AI autofill, but we tested our first bulk photo upload, and it's going to take out the white background. It makes the background white. It puts it into a square. It makes it the right size. And so that's the first part of the new experience that we're going to be offering. And that's going to be all inclusive. So if you're cross listing with us, you'll be able to do AI listing with us for free.
Wow.
So it doesn't change the price at all. If you're
It does
paying
not
them?
change the price,
Okay, that's something.
but it is in alpha right now.
Yeah.
And it is definitely not ready for prime time, but in a week or two, we're going to start having beta testers come in. So if you're interested, reach out and let us know. We'd like to test it with different categories because, I'm an apparel seller. And and then the other announcement, you guys are getting all of our
goodies.
Is we're starting to onboard some new platforms, some new marketplaces, and Whatnot is going to be our next one. So we're excited about that.
Well, that was my question, because a lot of resellers in our community are really moving to the live selling platforms.
Well, it's going to put on the marketplace, I'm assuming, right, for Whatnot.
Yes.
And some of there's a lot of live sellers. They don't go in and preload their pictures, and they don't do all that. They just go on the fly and sell stuff. So my question was going to be, are you going to be able to adapt your program to preload your live shows with your inventory?
Yes.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Could I take my eBay inventory and then cross-list it to Whatnot, sell it on Whatnot, and then it would delist it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds amazing. That way
Whatnot is amazing.
And
that's
cool.
So one of the things that we do differently is we have a native app. So when you are dealing with marketplaces like Poshmark and Mercari, you need to install our software because they do things a little bit differently.
It's not a Chrome extension.
It's not a Chrome extension, and we're not relying just on the cloud because because
it's not reliable.
It's not reliable, and it's not as robust as we want. But Whatnot is one of those platforms that you do not need to use the native application. So if you're just doing eBay to Whatnot, you don't even need to install the Treecat agent. It would be done on the cloud. So
Wow.
just FYI.
I'm blown away. Blown
Yeah,
away.
I've been trying to figure out where is the cloud located.
In the
for a couple of
cloud.
years.
Well, there's several companies that do it. There's Google,
Yeah.
there's Amazon, there's Microsoft Azure. So there's several companies, and they have data centers all over the country, all over the world, actually, where they host servers.
Which means you're relying on not only our service, but another service on top of that we can't control. So that's why, of course, we've decided to take that out of the picture and just have it be something we can control and you can control.
For Poshmark
For
and Mercari.
Poshmark and Mercari.
Okay. Let's rewind just a little bit because you mentioned needing beta testing for books. I am interested in that because that is my main concern with all these AI programs coming out is they're not going to be very good with books.
Well, become a beta tester for Treecat.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Been
Okay,
like,
we'll talk.
okay, enough books.
Yeah, I want to try it. I do everything right now.
What do you sell? You
I'm
sell
in
everything?
Transition. Yeah, I'm an everything seller. So I'd like to try to break it with.
It was a no-brainer for us because we
Great
already
deal.
had the technology for the AI autofill.
Mhm.
And so it was really easy for us to transition it to a first listing program. It was really just took our programs a few weeks to sort of port that over.
Nice.
Yeah. And I mean,
That's amazing.
you know,
how how you all have got all this set up for what all it can do. It's amazing.
It took years. Like they
It's
started
been
doing this when I was in like early high school. I'm 22 now. I remember them doing this as like all through high school. My mom was talking about this even when I was even younger. So they've actually grown with AI as it's grown. So it's been really interesting to see how it's like, oh, AI is getting big. Should we implement this? You know, we don't want to do something that's not, fully thought out yet because AI hasn't always been as big as it is now. And then being like, okay, it's big. We got to get on this.
And, my thing is like, I want it to save me time. I want it to make my life less stressful. I want it to save me money, and I want it to make me money. So those are the 4 things that I want in this program as a seller. And
as the producers of the seller, we just want it to be easier for other people because it was not always easy.
Yeah.
I remember helping my mom, and she'd be like, okay. Can you check on this computer if this one is down? And then after you do that, go get this bag and then make sure it's the right one because I don't know if it's delisted on this. And I'd be like, okay.
It's complicated, right? You get yourself into a big mess when you try to manage multiple platforms, right? You guys know about that.
So
I only sell on Mercari after it's sold on eBay. And I didn't delist it because I don't have an auto delister. And then I sell it on Mercari every time. So
yeah.
So
Mercari is not going to kick you off, thank goodness, but eBay will.
So you have to forgive me if I don't remember, Michelle. Mary handles all of our registrations for our event. Are you going to be attending our meetup?
I mean, it's a little far, but maybe I should. I mean, I would love to. You know what? I don't actually know a lot of resellers here in where I live. I just kind of did it quietly in my house for years. And like, I would love to meet some resellers. You guys are so nice.
Let me just, and I think I speak for the other fellas. If you all will come and attend our meetup, we will give you floor time to talk to a room full of resellers about your product. You can't ask for a more captive audience than a live group of resellers.
It's like
Peter. It's September. Tell me the dates again. September
26th through the 28th.
26th. You'll be in school at that time.
Is that September? Yeah. Well,
I might be able to come.
That's Friday and Saturday.
Oh, I could probably do that.
Do you want both of us to come?
Yeah.
Any of y'all that want to come, I would put time in the line of events for you to have the floor to share how your product works. And our numbers of attendance is off the chart already, and I can't imagine we got 2 months, a little less than 2 months left. for people to
Yeah.
sign up and attend.
Gosh,
Anytime
gonna
they
be
get
a
up on our
packed house.
soapbox.
I would love to come and meet other resellers. And anytime I get to go to like the Midwest or the South, everyone's so nice there. We have the Seattle freeze here. People aren't that nice here. And I just love. Sorry.
Oh, I was thinking of what resellers are in that area. ABC Matt is in close to Seattle, right? Or is he in
I just
Oregon?
don't even know any
Opposite directions. It's like probably over an hour drive. but
where
yeah.
in Tacoma.
Yeah.
That's pretty far. Yeah. So much traffic here too. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have the traffic down there in Tennessee?
I'm in Nashville, so the traffic's pretty bad in Nashville.
Alex
What kind of
does-
question is that?
Yeah. I'm
I
You're in
live,
Nashville? How fun.
I live in East Tennessee, and it's nothing like what Nashville is. So it's more small and laid back.
Yeah. Sounds fun. And what about you, Jefferson?
I'm
DJ?
currently working in Savannah in my little apartment.
Georgia?
And I live in
nice.
Tampa.
Okay.
It's
I'm near Grandpa. Her grandfather lives in Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte.
Port Charlotte. Okay. Yeah. I live
Where
in
all the
Sun
homes
City
look the
Center.
same.
So
All the homes look the same.
We were, talking about y'all coming to the meetup. Not only would we give you time on the floor to share your product, but we would put you on the Q&A panel that we're going to have.
Oh,
where
fun.
people can ask you questions about it, but still.
I'll try to talk slowly. I'm going to practice.
I'll put you on like 0.5 speed.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
going to practice talking slower.
Seriously, the best way I feel, because I come from a background of being in sales, face to face, you cannot beat face to face.
Yeah.
And
it sounds like fun.
This is a prime opportunity to get your plane tickets, go on to our Reseller Locker Room Facebook group page, click the link to register, and then Mary can, and also there's hotels listed there on our group page that you can book a room. And I mean, I think that it's just imperative that you do that so that you can share this product.
I would love
I've never been
to.
to Texas,
I would love to. It's Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Actually.
It's
I've never
Tennessee.
been to. I've been to Georgia and Florida
I've been to
and North
Tennessee.
Carolina, but I've never been to Tennessee. So that's like another notch in my in my belt there.
I usually just
Tennessee's
say
the best.
Yeah.
As you
Hey,
drink your Mountain
it's
Dew.
home. It's home of
Bottles
Mountain
from the
Sounds like
river
it.
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Every state has their own like soda thing. I remember going to, was it Georgia, where I was trying to order like Coke and they were like, "You mean Pepsi?" And I was like, "Okay, I got it."
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. So, I mean, why not?
We got all those stickers now. You
Yeah, I
gotta
got
give
a
them
bunch
to
of
someone.
stickers. I have to send Mary our stickers, and we have like a bag and like a little coffee cup type of a thing. I don't know. I didn't know what else to get for the swag stuff. So you'll have to give. Can you guys have any ideas on what I should get?
You're on the right path. Any
Yeah.
promotional item that you want to send. But
Okay.
let me jump in here real quick while we're at the first part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
East Tennessee Reseller Meetup, ladies and gentlemen, September 26th through the 28th, right here in G Vegas. That's Greenville, Tennessee. And we want to thank all of our sponsors that are on screen. The top big logos are our top anchor sponsors who have donated the most money to this event budget. And then the smaller logos are ones that done individual sponsorships at $20 a piece. We want to thank each one of these people and their businesses and companies for contributing to an event that's going to make lots of memories and make new friendships, new relationships, meet your colleagues in the reselling world. And we're so excited that this our first time in East Tennessee doing this, that we've had such the outpouring of support. This event is free to attend. Go to the Facebook group page, the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. Link is there to fill out your attendance form. And if you would like to become a sponsor of this event, either at the Anchor $100 level or the $20 individual level, you can click on the sponsorship link and submit your application and the donated amount. And all the money will be used to go put on this awesome event, because there is lots of expenses with an event this size. And again, we appreciate all of you who have sponsored, including Michelle here. Thank you so much.
Well, let's
We
get
are
back
looking
into-
forward to meeting you guys in person. This is going to be
Yeah.
fun.
I got a question for what is your vision for Treecat in the next 2 to 3 years?
Gosh, that's a good question.
That's an early time.
I just think we want to keep offering people value, and I want to keep reselling. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go back to working for somebody else. So whatever I need to do, however I need to position myself, whether it's maybe I go on Shopify, maybe I go on Depop, maybe I go on Amazon again. I want to keep reselling. So how can we serve you guys and all of our customers to continue to keep reselling? Because it's not getting any easier. It's getting more competitive. It's getting more challenging as we go through the years. Yeah. And we always feel like, at least I do, I can't speak for you, but I always feel like I'm being commoditized more and more by these marketplaces, and so what kind of value can we provide so that, we don't have to rely on just one marketplace, and we can spread ourselves, on lots of different places. We can scale, we can,
I think another big thing is in 2 to 3 years, we want to make sure that we are still, super user oriented rather than because it's not about making tons of money here. It's about our clients are, the people who use our product, they're like extended family. We want them to communicate with us. They want us to, we want them to tell us what they want, because that's the most important part. As you were saying, it's all about the user and what the user wants, because what else do you want from something that's trying to help make your life better, Yeah.
So what is the most valuable feedback then you've received from a user so far?
Most of the things that we've implemented,
a lot of the things that we've implemented, suggested. And I think that the one thing that people found challenging was when we first came out, they were like, well, it's not that easy to use. I still have to put in a lot of the fields when I'm doing my cross listing. And so we heard that and we were like, let's make it easier to use. And so we implemented AI as soon as we could. And when we got that figured out, and now we're implementing more things.
The whole whatnot thing was like suggestions from users.
Yep, that's true. So we just keep taking feedback from our users and from our customers.
The type of AI, we didn't always have the types of AI we have. That's all been user suggestions. So
has that been the hardest technical thing to get over, is the new AI, or you guys run into bigger technical things?
I think when we were initially developing it, we ran into problems, and that's why we came up with not doing, the decision to not be a Chrome extension and to not be just a cloud, a server-side cloud application, and to have a hybrid model. That was I think what our biggest hurdle that we had to get over. Understanding how can we make this robust for a 24/7 application.
Like what happens if that crashes,
Well, but Chrome extensions are very flaky, and there's a lot of security issues with just doing server side on some of these marketplaces, like on your Poshmarks, your Depops, your Mercari. They do things a little bit differently, and so we had to make sure that we were addressing those needs for those marketplaces.
Well, tell us how you came up with the name Treecat. How did that originate?
Cat was stuck in the tree one day.
That was actually Mr. Treecat. He is a big sci-fi guy, and he loved this one book called The Honorverse. I don't know if you're familiar with that, Beard King Picker, but it's a sci-fi book, and the lead character
It's in honor of the lead character.
It's in honor of the lead character. She has this little side companion who helps her do stuff, and he's called a Treecat.
And our software is a little side companion that helps you resell.
And it just makes sense because we want to keep scaling our business, right? We want to keep climbing those trees. And so come climb with us. It's kind of our motto now.
And it doesn't hurt that I have a little orange cat that we can put in our Instagram photos.
Named Hobbs, yeah.
Bring the cat to the meetup too. That'll help.
I don't know that.
Don't.
I don't know that book. Me and Jefferson, we don't ever read. So that's probably why.
I read all the time. Just audio.
Well, there's always audiobooks.
Let's not start this argument. That is not reading a book.
That is reading for the mind. I'm dyslexic, so I have trouble.
Audiobook while you're reading.
Did you kill that fly, Jefferson? That fly is making.
He's superstar today.
Sorry, we like to just go off script. I
need my cat here. He'd eat that.
Where's our script?
Yeah. We don't have one. Your cat is a dog, though, isn't it, Jefferson? I mean, it's huge.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're the
well, it's a
world's
Maine
biggest
Coon
cat.
cat. So,
Oh,
So-
those are
big.
massive.
Yeah, he's
I know.
massive.
That's my next animal
Michelle,
I'm buying.
Her cat plays fetch.
Oh, wow.
Very topical.
She's
My
trained.
dog doesn't even
Yes.
play fetch. She just gets
So-
the ball and runs opposite direction.
Michelle,
Yes, Ben.
you don't do YouTube, do you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, she
Do
does.
you?
I'm on YouTube.
She's on all the social
I'm
media.
on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on LinkedIn.
Ben, you don't look up your guests before they come on, correct?
I follow you guys. I like all your posts.
Yeah, she's all over TikTok everywhere.
She
I just took a class on social media.
If
I'm
if I if I
Ben
watched
needs the class.
everybody that I know that's on
I know, I
YouTube,
know.
I would never get anything done.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
it's,
Fair.
Yeah.
well,
Well,
so
when you're
I
watching your
want-
friends, it's like, well, I already know this guy.
tell
already
us
said this to
about
me.
tell us about your YouTube channel. What do you do over there?
It's mostly live streams, right?
Well, we were doing live streams, but nobody comes to our live streams anymore. So we just do them. We just do it as like a matter of like
well,
keeping ourselves accountable every Saturday morning at 9:00. We
it's
do our live
mostly
stream.
because you get comments from the users,
Yeah.
and then we can answer questions from our users. And so even if there's not right now many people coming,
Yeah.
on the off chance someone does, we can be like, boom, a question. We are here live to answer that question you have, because maybe an email would take too long. So
That could
So
that
we-
could
we do-
that could change after this meetup, ladies.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
have
totally.
you not put out any recorded videos on instructions showing how to navigate your product on the computer?
Yes,
so
we
many.
have tons of tutorials on our website.
There's
And-
like 10 videos at least on Treecat.
it took so
right?
many
Okay.
takes.
Yeah, and we can always do more if people want more.
Mhm. This is my
Well,
mom. I
I'll
mean,
tell
this is
you-
her full time thing now. So
I'll tell you what, if you all are going to attend,
Mhm.
we're going to give you a spot on the Q&A panel. We're going to give you some time in the timeline to talk about your product, and we'll give you a display table where you can set up a display, little booth like for Treecat at the event in the main room.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That's
We're-
pretty
We're
sick.
excited. We're excited, and it's just gonna be fun too to meet all of these cool reselling people.
also,
they're
now that you
crazy.
said it on the podcast, you have to do it.
All of us,
Yeah,
all
No
of us,
pressure.
we're all
Yeah.
crazy.
that's awesome.
All of
I
us.
love it.
So has Treecat really taken over your reselling business? Or are you still reselling and doing Treecat?
Well,
or
I
balance?
am actually still reselling because I need to be daily reselling to test all the new features and all the things, and if there's bugs and things like that. So I need to still be reselling every day, and
When-
so
When anyone ever watches these like how-to videos, we're using my mom's actual account, just like with stuff blurred. We have like a special like
blurring thing.
blurring thing.
Mhm.
So it's like a real account, a real reseller, and actual like actually showing all of the things happening real time with her real inventory. So
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, so
helpful.
I still sell, but I kind of have to throttle myself because I don't have a lot of time to ship. So
I
But
usually come home
yeah.
after work because I work near where she lives. So I'll be like,
Yeah.
just pop by. And she's like, we have to go to the post office. We have to do it now. You want to come with me?
so I'm still reselling.
So on Poshmark, there's an issue with if you delist and relist, they don't like
Right.
it.
Right.
So if you have an item, but you have it on eBay and Poshmark, can you just delist and relist the item on eBay through your app and still have it connected to Poshmark
so
item?
our delist relist feature allows you. We just actually came out with a feature this last week.
great questions.
Yeah, this is a good question. And I just did a video on it about a new dashboard that we came out with.
Mhm.
And you can delist relist all your items that are connected together
And you
separately.
can just choose which ones.
or you
yeah.
can do them all together. We do not allow our users to delist relist before 61 days on Poshmark.
Mhm.
So that's just not allowed on Treecat. And because we, like I said, because we do things a little bit differently with Mercari and especially Poshmark, and we use I don't want to get too technical, but we use we use something like our agent so that it looks like it's just coming from your IP. You're not using a shared IP, and shared IPs are things that get banned. So it's less likely to get banned if you are using something from your own computer that's it's calling on your own IP address. I don't know if this makes sense to you guys, but
most importantly, it's intuitive. It's just boxes you check.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to do like a universal design, make it super intuitive. It's just like a pop up, and it'll be like check all or check none. You know, there's a check all feature. So it's
the one thing I will say is if you're going to do your D-list relists on eBay and not do them through Treecat, it will screw everything up. So if you're going to be doing D-list relists, you need to do it through Treecat. Otherwise, it will not understand what's happening.
We do warn, and it says when you're doing it. So it's not
so
like
if you're going to
it'll
do
catch you by
D-list
surprise.
relist campaigns through Treecat, don't do them on eBay because that stuff will then get unrecognized.
Yeah, and that's
Isn't
I had that happen to me in the past, right? Because I didn't.
Isn't
I
that a
think
new
it's-
issue with Poshmark though, where they're banning people from doing that or something? The end and sell similar.
Like
Right. After they've actually announced that they will allow it after 61 days. And so
the item
we
being
have,
on their site.
so after an item is 61 days old, they will allow you to delist it and relist it. And our program, which works through a native application that you install on your PC or Macintosh computer, Apple computer, is working from your IP address. So it is working at the pace of a human. So it's not being recognized by Poshmark's network administrators as a bot. And that's why we architected it this way.
One of the few times you want it to be slow.
Right. My business partner has a lot of experience in network administration, cloud administration. He architected this thing differently than how the other programs have architected it. They are using
Really
shared IP addresses, which get flagged much easier. If that makes sense to you guys.
An issue then if you run a VPN?
That's a good
gets more
question.
complicated
Yeah,
then.
that's a good question about the VPN. I don't know. I'd have to ask Mr. Treecat about the VPN.
I would be concerned about that because there'd be
I don't
so
think
many
I
people
don't
on
think
one
you can do a
ID. Yeah.
VPN, but because I think those use shared IPs as well.
That's what I'm.
Yeah. But I'll double check. That's a good question.
I wonder if you're behind a firewall, if you still could.
If you could still,
If you're behind a firewall,
Yeah.
these are again more
these are more
questions
technical
that
questions.
probably would be better for the expert.
I mean, it's about the IP.
Mr. Treecat.
So it's like, is it a shared IP or not?
Yeah.
We'll write them in, and you can answer them on Saturday morning.
That sounds good. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I want to go back to this point because I think it's a very, very big deal, Michelle, with what you've already talked about.
Yeah.
I want you to go back and revisit your pricing structure again and really explain it to all the viewers that are watching because it's valid points to pay an X amount every month, even though you might not do a lot of cross listing. That doesn't make that program very valuable to you, but you guys are the opposite. So share again your price model.
So it's pay as you sell, PAYS. We have a service mark for that. I used to be a paralegal in intellectual property. So I went and got the service mark for that. So it's pay as you sell. So when you have cross-listed your items through Treecat and we recognize the sale and take it down on one platform and then on the others, or
You have to sell it.
right, it sells and then we recognize it and take it down on the other two platforms. That is called a billable action. And that is for your first 30 sales, that will be 50 cents with a promo code. 60 cents without a promo code. You get the promo code through our affiliates, and we have affiliates.treecat.io. So when you sign up with it, you can choose an affiliate, whatever.
Anyone can have a promo code.
She has a promo code.
Your king picker.
Anyways, yeah. So then if you go over 30 to 100 sales, it's 35 cents per takedown, per billable action. Then if you sell more than that and you're selling up to 140 a month, it's 25 cents per takedown. And then over 141 sales per month are billed at 1 cent per takedown.
Yep.
And everything else is included. So you also get, it's all inclusive. It's like Club Med. Remember Club Med?
And again, the reason why this is really helpful is because when you're starting out, you're not going to sell everything like immediately. It's going to take a while. You're going to have items that take a long time to sell. They're going to sit there. You're going to have to relist. You don't get charged until they sell. So this is really helpful when you're starting out. It's also really helpful when you're not starting out because it gets cheaper the more you're selling. So it's really
only getting charged when it sells, and you guys are bringing in the AI lister, which costs on some of these programs 50 cents just to list the item. Doesn't even matter
And
if it's sold or not.
Poshmark sharing. And it's going to have white background remover. Say again?
I said Ben loves to share his closet.
Well, I mean, I was paying $20 a month for a Poshmark sharing bot. I was paying $5 a month for a photo room. And so we just keep offering value to people because that's how we do it at Treecat.
And we've been doing this long enough that we're noticing like what people are really, really wanting.
See, that's why you gotta, you guys will hit it out of the park at the meetup with this thing. I'm telling you.
You know, we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary this month
from when it
first launched.
I
mean, we've gone through a lot of bugs, a lot of changes, a lot of growing pains. But we feel like we now are able to offer a really solid,
a good product,
and it's just going to get better now that we have an investor on board.
We took so long to put it out there because we didn't want to put out a product that wasn't good enough for the people that wanted to use it. So that's why it took us all this time and money. Several years just to get it out there.
We bootstrapped this with our own savings, guys.
This is, I mean, it's just our family.
It was just our family for all these years.
That's amazing. That's a great success story too. I mean, you guys are you're on a great path with this.
Thank
and
you.
I think it's just going to get bigger from here. I mean, you've already sold me just on the price scale kind of thing. I mean, it just makes sense to me, right?
That was the goal.
I mean, that's how I wanted it to be as a reseller. I wanted to not pay unless I sold, and I wanted to have everything included. I wanted to get rid of my Poshmark sharing bot, my photo room,
And you know what? It's made my life easier as the child of a reseller because I don't have to hear complaining about all these things anymore.
The child of a reseller.
So with your cost. So is it like the first 30 is 50 cents, right?
Right.
So is it, if I sell 1,000 things, it gets to or over 140, whatever, gets to a penny. You still pay for the original 30, right? At the 50 cents. Just right. Okay.
It's a reverse tier.
Yeah.
Right.
We're kind of gamifying it.
This much.
We're gamifying it. It's because we want you to do better.
If I can sell over 30 things, then it makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, Jefferson, you'd pay $1.50 a month.
Yeah, I know.
It'll make more sense as well as we get more marketplaces.
When I moved,
know what I mean?
I delisted. I had 4,000 things in my store, 4,800, and then I took it down to just 1,800. The small stuff I could move here. So I didn't have I no longer was paying for anything to house that information. You can't really store it on eBay. So I just lost all those. I'll have to go back and redo the whole thing. Now, if I'd have known yours,
you get a backup. You get a free backup.
Yeah, that's that.
So you have a free backup essentially.
If you have a computer, you got a backup.
Yeah.
So, Lucy, do you not resell for yourself?
So I helped my mom reselling. I mean, that was like my side gig in high school was I would resell with my mom. I mean, I got a professional camera for one of my birthdays to help take photos in her light box of her products.
She definitely shops online. She loves to lowball Poshmark sellers. That's her hobby.
Oh no, you're not another one of those lowballers, are you?
She'll be like, it's a slow season right now, and I'll be like,
she's learned a lot from me, and now she's dangerous.
I know the game. I mean, I've been living this my entire life.
I created a monster.
Wait till summer, and then she buys everything because all of us resellers are desperate. We'll take most all offers.
Well,
I'll be like, it's slow season, and my mom's not selling.
At the meetup on Saturday, we're all going out on a yard sale route, and then in the afternoon, we're hitting area flea markets. I'd like to see how you do all that out here with people that are selling. A tweet to you'll come and lowball me.
I don't know if I'd want to do that in person. There's anonymity online.
Oh no, you're going to be hardcore. You got a lowball to the eyeball. You know what I mean?
She's got some good people, good teachers. It seems like to learn from.
That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I get home, like I would come home from high school, and my mom would be like taking photos in like the little light box because she's a photographer. She has all her photography things, and then on the TV, it would be like someone on YouTube reselling and talking about reselling. So I just like sit down, do my homework while listening to someone be like, "So I went to the bins and look at so much Tommy Bahama," and I'd be like, "Okay, interesting." Logging that in my brain.
Yeah, I have a theory though. Whatever your parents are super into, you probably won't be. That's what I use. Whatever their hobby was. Because your whole childhood, and you might find something else. Yeah.
That's fair. However, I feel like I'm so proud of what like where my parents have come because I used to when I was a little kid, I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, my parents don't work at Microsoft. They're not like doing these fancy tech jobs. They're not doctors. What are they doing? And I was like, why are we going to Value Village so often? But as I've grown up, I've been like, my parents are pioneering something, and I honestly feel bad about how I felt when I was younger because like the stuff you guys have been able to accomplish is so impressive. And like, so I've been trying to do everything I can to help them. I do social media for as much social media as I can. I'm full-time in school and working full-time, but like, I'll try to, I'll come like, I came straight from my like school and work just to come do this and like help my mom go to the post office, put stuff in the mail. So
she's very, very helpful, very supportive. I'm really fortunate to have like my family and my kids and stuff. They help us out. And, yeah, I'm really fortunate.
It might be a little
That's
annoying,
awesome.
but I think she can handle it.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I think that's what makes it so great though as a family business. My daughter is 9 and she does all my photography for eBay now already. So
I've seen her with you on YouTube, I think, or is it Instagram? And I always like your
she's
little.
been on. Yeah, she's
I think
been on
that's so
YouTube,
awesome.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So trying to be a family business.
It makes her remember when she had little kids.
She's
helping
adorable,
her.
and I think it's so awesome that you're teaching her, how to do this and the value of working for yourself, and that I was
complimenting yourself here.
I was never taught that you could work for yourself. I was always taught go work for someone else. And so when I had this epiphany in 2017, and I was watching, I forget her name. She's a famous reseller. I was watching her, and I had this epiphany. I could do this. Anyone can do it.
Crazy Lamp Lady is the biggest girl reseller I could think.
Yeah, anybody can do it, right? Yeah. But it's really great that you're introducing this to her at such a young age. I'm really proud of you for doing that, actually. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's special.
He is
special. You're special. Special.
And you're spending time with your daughter. That's priceless.
Yeah.
They grow up so fast.
I mean, thrifting with your parent is so fun.
Does she go thrifting with you?
She goes to the Goodwill
like
bins
it?
with me. She likes the Goodwill
Does
bins.
she like it?
You get the gloves on. You just get digging.
I just actually pick
You have
up
good
and
bins
throw her
out
in the
there.
bin. I throw her in the bin so she can get all the
That's
good
so
stuff in the middle. I'm just joking. The bins in Nashville.
You're all behind the line. You just go.
Do you have
to go long?
Good.
Yeah, Nashville bins. There's one location that's really good, and there's another one that's not so good. But I just specialize mostly in books, so the books here are really good in Nashville compared to other like Texas bins, Dallas bins that I've been to.
Gosh, I wish I would have kept up with the book selling. I should have kept up with the book selling because it's. I just got so frustrated with a metric weight. They started doing the what do you call it, volume weight or whatever, and I was just like, that was it for me.
Yeah, you did a lot of clothing when I was younger, and then it became the bras because the palettes are. I mean,
I like having the inventory come to me now.
So you're buying
it's a better
bulk,
use of my time.
You're buying in bulk bras,
pallets of bras. Yes,
brand new bras.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice because they're not like.
No,
they're like the try-ons.
There are like shelf pulls and overstocks and stuff like that.
If something doesn't,
do you want to see some? I have some right over here. You want to grab those? They're really big.
The
bigger the better. I like plus size. It's a very under. It's an underserved market, and
For
the
example,
bigger the better.
If someone tries on
gold, you guys.
If someone tries on like a plus size bra. If someone tries one on the store and they get like any deodorant on it, they can't sell it.
Yeah.
So then we get like it's on them for like 20 seconds. We get it and they can't sell it at the store. We wash it.
Might still have the tags on it.
They have the tags on them.
Yeah.
We get it. We wash it, and then we sell it for way cheaper, which is great for the customer because they're getting, these are bras, if you didn't know,
They're very expensive.
And
You
plus
probably
size
don't know
bras
this.
are even more expensive. Hundreds of dollars sometimes.
They are very expensive.
And so we sell them
so-
for cheaper, good for the customer, good for the
And
environment.
And you know, yeah.
Good for the environment because
They
then it's
would
not
go
going to
into a
landfill. Yeah.
We're saving.
Can you send one of
trees.
those to us for our stab and grab? Ben, that'd
Could
be a
you-
good item.
Could you hold that up there again just for a minute?
They're massive.
Good
I can grab
Lord,
another one.
fellas,
This isn't even the biggest one. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the headphones came out. I
My
don't know where they
headphone
go.
came out.
Ben's
Sorry,
trying to
guys.
get a screenshot for the video.
Yeah, I think I got a bigger one.
This is right here, 50 triple D.
Yeah.
This-
Wait,
Fellas.
Ben, I gotta see your face on this one.
fellas, look
This
at
is the
that.
best one.
They're
That's
really expensive.
That's Dolly Parton material right there.
It's aspirational.
But when you
Yes.
go to the store, a lot of stores don't carry these sizes. It's like people will
Right.
people will go to stores, they'll get size, and they'll be like, "We'll probably have something in your size." They'll say, "We don't. You got to go to another store." You go to another store, you get size. They're like,
You know what?
"Oh, we don't have anything in your size."
I
You
feel
finally go to like a boutique
I don't want to
and
make. Let's not talk about this anymore. I don't like make more competition for myself.
but you
Yeah,
go to a
no,
boutique and they're
I'm
finally
fine.
like, "We have it. It's $250, great price." And you're like, "I went to 4 stores today. All of them have made me feel bad about my body, and now you're making me pay like over $200 for a bra? That's absurd." So then they come online, they're like, "Same bra, less than half the price." So
Wow.
We're doing the
Wow.
Lord's work. We're doing
Yes.
the Lord's work.
Those
Those
poor
things are
women. They're
massive.
They're helping with backs and stuff. I mean, that's awesome.
Exactly.
Making them
when I
feel
was
comfortable.
growing up, because these were in the house all the time, there's like videos of me and my brother, like school videos that we gave to our classes, like our teachers, where we're like,
Yeah.
"Hello, mother. Like, how are you doing?" And like we showed them to our classmates. These were like class assignments, just because we had so many plus size bras around. And then my mom was like, "Did you give that to your teacher?" And we'd be like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, it's so good. It looks so you did so good, hon. Oh."
Kind of reminds me of the watermelon launchers.
Alex,
Gotta pull back.
Alex, you're
Yeah.
right, dude. I'm going to screenshot when they held that thing up, and that's going to be the thumbnail. That's crazy.
let's
Y'all
get
are
some
the
clips.
first ones. Y'all are the first ones to tackle the bra subject in the locker room. Congratulations. That's amazing.
We're the first ones to hold up a 50D bra? Like, really?
Well, Jefferson did it once, but
Yeah,
we
but
told
it's
him to put it
different.
back on.
Exactly. Okay.
Well, he has them all over his place.
Well, the only time I would hold one up is if I was taking it off and flinging it across the room. But, I can't talk about that.
Uh-huh.
Too
But,
late.
Anyway,
Yeah. What? I'm the dirty one, Ben. I'm the dirty one. Come on.
I just can't believe they're that huge. I mean, my Lord. Okay. But anyway.
Yeah, they get bigger than this, too. Like, this isn't as big as they get.
You gotta be
Sometimes we get
kidding
some, and it's like, I could fit 2 of my head in there.
H and I cup sizes. That's triple D
I
cup
never
size, and
heard of
there's
that.
H. It goes up to I.
It must be so
I've never-
painful, just living with
I've
it. Like,
not heard of
imagine the
that.
back pain.
Exactly.
I don't think of pain. I
Yeah.
just,
Anyway.
well, never mind.
Yeah.
And
So, yeah,
you
but
haven't heard of
anyway,
it because you don't see them in the stores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So,
That's true. Well, ladies, I'm excited for you all and your family with this product.
Thank you.
It's the
Thank you.
first time anybody's ever made Ben speechless. I like it. You guys can come back anytime.
Yeah, I'm
His
impressed.
brain's
Awesome.
running 4,000 miles
Awesome.
an hour, the poor guy. He's
Yeah.
got to call mine.
Well, it's been wonderful meeting you all and chatting with you. And I can't wait to chat more with you in September and meet Mary and Mike and
Yeah.
all the people that I watch all the time on YouTube.
I'm having fun because I just like to talk.
There you go.
All right. Before we wind it up, Michelle, I'm going to put you all full screen and I want you to look at the camera and share to the viewers all your social medias, how they can get to where your product is and what they need to do. So go ahead and take the floor.
All right. So, hey, I'm Michelle and this is Lucy and we are Treecat.io. You can check us out on www.treecat.io. We're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
Same name.
Facebook, LinkedIn, Treecat. Check it out.
Awesome. Fellas, y'all got anything else?
You just mentioned LinkedIn. How's LinkedIn worked for your business at all? I've been trying to try LinkedIn, but I don't know if it's worth my time.
you know,
It's social media now.
LinkedIn
You
used to
can put
be
videos
more
on
for
it, right?
sort of job seeking, and it's become I don't put videos on there. I just put sort of thought leadership, kind of behind the scenes about being in a startup and feature launches, and it's more from a business standpoint as
Not
opposed
for
to
customers.
So I'm speaking to more business people.
I mean,
with that,
I was in college. I'm in my master's program right now. I was told not to worry about LinkedIn. So if that tells you anything,
it's just more of a social media site for corporate people, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we were like looking for more investors, I think that's more like that. What that would help with.
Yeah.
Cool.
We should go on there, Ben, for more investors.
Seriously.
Yes.
It's really just another venue for social media, but from a business standpoint.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I've waited to the end, Michelle, to really put you on the spot. I've kind of been leading you in a direction. So now I'm going to put you on the spot with this. For our audience that's just now learned about Treecat and how it works and the great benefits and the value you guys offer, can people expect to see you in East Tennessee in September to talk to you face to face about this product?
Absolutely. I cannot wait. I'm super excited. You guys gave me the push that I needed. So thank you. Yeah.
And do I get to go?
And Lucy gets to go too. It's going to be a mother-daughter trip. I'm excited.
Awesome.
Well, you got to stop in Nashville first.
I would love that. We love music. So.
Oh, we do that
play
Bluegrass
music,
Festival.
Beard King Picker? Do you play
Do I
music?
what?
Play music?
I play
You a
guitar.
musician?
Yes, for like 20 years. That's what I did.
Cool. Well, will you sing us the song
Right now? I think we're about to close.
when we go to the thing?
Ben's going to sing the song at the meetup because we're doing karaoke the first night at the meetup.
I'll bring my banjo.
And since they're
got a
coming,
banjo?
we'll sing for them.
Yeah, I play banjo and mandolin.
And Rocky Top, you are in a band as well too, right?
Yeah.
Right, Ben?
He was in some butt rock band in the 80s, right? Ben?
Yeah.
Will you guys play, or
well,
we expect you guys to play?
Lucy, you need to bring your banjo, and if you don't know how to play Rocky Top on it, you need to learn because that's the Tennessee State song.
I can do that.
Play harmonica and some banjo.
Yeah, just look it up. Just look up Rocky Top.
Rocky Top. Okay, I got that.
Banjo is made to play that song.
Rocky
yeah.
Top,
You ever
I can
played the banjolina? The little ukulele banjo. Have you played those before?
Yeah. Is it a banjolele?
He also plays the good accordion.
Don't talk about the
And the stand-up bass.
Accordion.
That's more embarrassing.
I'll learn some polka songs, and you can play them, and I'll sing.
Yes.
I'm in.
My accordion's so heavy. I don't want to bring it. It's like I have to carry it in this big case, and it's like it's heavy. You have to wear back straps to support that thing because it's like it's a chonky boy.
You can just use one of those bras and you can wrap it around the accordion.
You're right. I'll wear it like a sling.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you'll bring the banjo. I hope you'll bring the banjo and learn Rocky Top before September because we'll let you play it when you come.
All right, jam session.
Okay,
jam session. Sounds good.
I'll figure it out. All right.
All right. Fellas, y'all got anything else or we got nothing?
Well, I got a lot, but we're not a music podcast, so I could talk about music all day. So we could talk after we stop.
This is the person to talk music.
That's awesome.
You're the one who volunteered at a bluegrass festival.
Yeah, we used to volunteer at the bluegrass festival here in Seattle for several years called Wintergrass.
You get to see all the performers for free. It's crazy.
So I would love to go to Nashville. So that's to answer your question. Yes, I'm excited to go to Nashville.
That's awesome. Let me get to this real quick before we go. We want to thank our paid members to the locker room. Wolfman Goodies, Mike Camparelli, Mary McQuain, CJ Benz Finds, Vintage Sports Flips, Good Water Pickers, Rick Rotman, Reselling with Woody, Eagles and Beagles, and Biscuit Butt. 2 ways that you could support this podcast. MVP level $4.99 a month. Skybox members $9.99 a month, and what that gets you is early access to the shows before it's released to public, backstage footage and chat, and footage shot at meetups that us locker room guys go to that will never be released to the public. You can enjoy that, and if you become a Skybox member at $9.99 a month and you're coming to the meetup in September, that will stamp your ticket to the after party at my house both Friday and Saturday night. You get to come to the Rocky Top layer for sure. So thank you for everybody that supports us, all of our paid members. We appreciate it. All right. We want to thank Michelle and Lucy, Alex, Jefferson, and me. We can't wait to see you right back here every Thursday, 9 a.m. right here on the East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, Georgia, and Seattle channel. We'll talk to y'all soon. Go out and flip them.
Bye.